our project for today. Not sure what I want to do yet. I know that I want to do image transfers. These are my 2 images I want to transfer. And I know I'm going to start with my energy layer of scrap pieces of paper. Look at the beautiful color of this very old brittle paper. Love, love, love it. Okay. I have an idea that I want a middle page, which means I want to put a window in here. So the 2 middle pages, when I start in a new book, I start right in the center, in the middle of a signature. You can see the stitching here. So these middle 2 pages I'm going to leave, put them aside. It means I'm going to work on these 2. But I need to support this one a bit. So let me put my mess paper in here, and let's glue these 2 pages together. A nice generous amount of Mod should do the trick. Oh, nice granadella cake. A family favorite in this house. 2 pages glued together. The 2 middle pages separate. And then again we glue the 2 next 2 pages together. Here we go. Let's just go through it again. 2 pages glued together. The next 2 middle 2 pages loose. And the next 2 pages glued together. And let's give this a second to dry. Put my book aside. Talk about image transfers. We're gonna do 3 layers of Mod Podge on both images with a complete drying time between the 3 layers. So let's put very generous amount of Mod. These are laser printed images. Important to use laser printed images. There we go, first layer. Let's leave that to dry completely. We're going to start with the energy layer. 2 pages together, 2 loose pages, and then 2 pages together again. So we're going to work on the first 2 pages that we glue together and the 1 single page. We can apply our energy level pieces of paper. sure exactly what I want to do, but we're going ahead with acrylic paints and some pieces of ephemera, colorful pieces that I cut out from magazines. So let's just go ahead and play with this and see where we're going.
It is time for me to drift onto the unknown. And maybe I've seen too much. Maybe I need to be alone. But it's you who traveled a long, long way from here. We had our ups and downs. You always made it clear. Into the space, into the great wide open. God only knows we tried, making it great. And in the moments we had, the times of our lives. There is one thing for sure, we won't have a clue. We'll forget all the people we always thought we knew. So promise me one thing, we won't apologize. We made our mistakes, we're lying on the beds we had. reason I made it. You're the reason I'm here. Life is so beautiful and standing here. You're my reason. You're the reason. It is time for me to drift onto the unknown. And maybe I've seen too much. Maybe I need to be alone. Into the space, into the great wide open. God only knows we tried, making it great. And in the moments we had the times of our lives. In these moments, the times of our lives. In these moments, the times of our lives.
Exactly what I did here. Only to realize it never recorded because the card on the camera was full. I'm sure it's happened to quite a few of you. So, sorry. I'll just explain to you quickly what I did. I used a piece of paper roughly the same size as the image. And I've put some double-sided tape on it. Then I took this page and I closed it. So when I pulled it back, this piece of paper was stuck here, just to give me an idea where I should cut my opening. So you can decide once you've done that, do you want your opening a bit smaller than your image? Or do you want it exactly the same size as your image? Or do you want it a bit bigger? Your choice. Okay, so what I did is I've cut the opening. I do have a bit of a problem here, and I think it's the type of book. I've never used a book like this, and I'm also a bit worried about the pages pulling out. So I think before I continue in this book, I'll do some support maneuvers here just to make sure the pages, and I think I'm going to do exactly the same here in the middle. Now when I say support maneuvers, let me just find my tape. So I found my tape and I had to put the fan off. It's extremely hot here today, and I had to put the fan off because the noise. Okay, I'm using sellotape. It's a paper tape, you all know this, I'm not going to explain. And I used a wide one. So what I do is I'll just support it here in the middle. And press it down with your finger in the middle. And work it towards the bottom. Okay, there we are. There we go. Beautiful and straight. Beautiful. Okay, so I put my fiber in here. And I've put some Mod Podge on, but somehow I feel the Mod Podge is not going to be enough. So I'm using some craft glue. I think I'll rather do craft glue to get this pages properly together. So you can just add the craft glue generously. Okay, now for the important part, I want my window to have a window. So for those of you who know me well, I love transparency. You can use any piece of, I think they use mica sometimes. I've just never seen mica. I've never had the opportunity to buy mica. But what's important here, and it's very important, is when you place this down, that the glue must not come onto the transparency, because that will affect your the view. So put it on, push it down a bit, and then we take craft glue and we put it on top of this again. Okay, now we're going to close this window.